Avengers 4 Theory: Doctor Strange will save the universe with these 2 Infinity Stones. Avengers 4 will see Doctor Strange use the Reality Stone and Time Stone to save universe, according to a new theory. Captain Marvel is expected to play a major role in Avengers 4, but what if the real key to victory is Doctor Strange? After all, he knows the one reality in which the Avengers defeat Thanos and had no qualms when it came to handing over the Time Stone, knowing he would die. Now a theorist on Reddit reckons Doctor Strange will use both the Time Stone and the Reality Stone to save the world in Avengers 4. But just how can he when he's dead? Well, here's how apparently. Reddit user PhoenixSequence writes, Doctor Strange uses the Reality Stone to travel to our reality to save the Avengers and the entire MCU. When Thanos came to Titan and used the Reality Stone to show Doctor Strange an alternate reality of Titan, Doctor Strange had already used the Time Stone to start traveling into the future and would have gotten to that point in time. Using the now activated Reality Stone, Doctor Strange uses it to transcend the reality barrier and comes here to our reality. Our reality is the one reality out of the 14,605 in which Doctor Strange saw how they could win. Because we are actually writing that reality with Avengers 4. The connection between our 2 realities, or any other reality, is way beyond current human comprehension, and this causal connection swings both ways. Our writing Thanos' defeat here with Avengers 4 will correlate into Doctor Strange's reality. Considering the odds were greatly stacked against them and all hope was lost, Doctor Strange had to think outside the box in order to outthink and stop the Mad Titan, which subsequently led him here to our world. We are the only reality that gave any glimmer of hope because we wrote that hope for them. They continued, Doctor Strange is one of the very few beings that can transverse dimensions, and with the Reality Stone, also the reality barrier. When he looked into our reality and witnessed the Avengers movies, past and future, in that instant he understood that our 2 realities are intrinsically linked. He was the first character from the MCU reality to look into our world and with that see the playbook we had written for them with Avengers 4. This theory is somewhat akin to the plot from Arnold Schwarzenegger's movie Last Action Hero, where the protagonist left his reality and entered our supposed reality. A number of fictions have used this premise. Somewhere in the infinite number of alternate realities, the characters of the MCU are just as real as you or I. Perhaps this goes for any so-called imagined character. String theory, the multiverse, that's just the tip of the iceberg. It might be better to call it the reality verse. They added, which would infer that there is something special about us and our particular reality. Even though magic and such doesn't readily exist here. There is something very magical about dreams and the imagination. So much so we're able to use them to create and see other realities. Our imaginations are that powerful. As Einstein once stated when he said, imagination is more powerful than knowledge. Hence this reality we're in must be Earth Prime. To understand where this power came from and not to get religious. When God created man in his image. A physical man or woman is not the image of God. God isn't a man. God is a God. Thus in his image he also made us gods. Infant gods for sure, but still gods nonetheless. Gods with the power to create. That's real love. Did Doctor Strange curse the Time Stone? They concluded, the Reality Stone is pure imagination, as are we. Thus we are all living reality stones and have the power to connect to other reality stones throughout the reality verse. We can cross the reality barrier, as all gods can, and aid a desperate hero in his time of need and help save the Avengers in their darkest hour. This might just be the most out there Avengers 4 theory to date. Avengers 4 is released in UK cinemas on April 26, 2019.